Come, come, whoever you are welcome here. No matter your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin, you are welcome here. No matter your gender, whom you love, how you speak, or whatever your abilities, you are welcome here. You are welcome here whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes, you are welcome here. No matter what you have experienced in the past, no matter what awaits you in the future, you are welcome here. Whether you believe in God all of the time, some of the time, or none of the time, you are welcome here. This is a community of open minds, loving hearts, and willing hands. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to South Valley Unitarian Universalist Society. My name is Cortney Bouldin. My pronouns are he and him. I'm a tall, pale-skinned person with a southwestern button-up shirt and long pants. And it is my privilege to serve as the worship associate for this morning's service. Our beloved Reverend Laura is enjoying her sabbatical and will be back with us later in the fall. And we are excited to have a team of people helping us today. Reverend Monica Dobbins is here from First Unitarian Church. She will be our worship leader. Kevin Rowe is here from Murray Baptist Church. He will be providing the Prelude and the Postlude, so he'll be providing music. Stephen Pattison is our camera operator for today's service. He's in the blue shirt there. And we're very, very grateful to have all these people to help us make this work. I have a few announcements before we move forward. First, next Sunday, August 24th, we'll be here in the park. Pastor Curley and Palmer will be putting that service together, so please come for that. It is also a potluck, so if you have a dish that you can bring to share, please do that, and we'll have more information about assignments later in the week. So now it is time to share the warmth of community. And before we do, we'd like to turn and greet our at-home audience. So turn with me and wave to the camera. We see you. Now let us take a moment to fully arrive and welcome one another with joy.
Welcome, friends. As we light our chalice, the symbol of our faith and the light of our commitments to love and justice, let us be open today to wiping the slate clean, starting fresh, trying again, or trying for the first time in a spirit of beginningness as we bless our students and teachers to a new year. In this spirit, let us light our chalice. Those at home are invited to light their chalice and share in this ritual by entering in the chat where your chalice is lit. And I invite everyone to please join me in repeating our chalice lighting words and use the actions if you wish.
We light this chalice for the warmth of love, for the light of truth, and for the energy of compassion.
And the flames of resistance.
Yes.
Thank you.
So it is Backpack Blessing Sunday, so we'd like to invite the children to come and sit with us. We're going to bless the backpacks. We have a story for you, so come and sit and plan to stay for a while.
All right. Wow, thanks for coming, y'all. Look how many of you. Wow, so exciting. What a great time. So, I invite everyone who's able and wishes to do so to rise. And if you'd like, I invite you to place your hand over your heart and take a look around at all who are gathered here this morning. As a community, we are going to bless our students, educators, and lifelong learners, which I hope is every one of you, with words of encouragement and our promise to support them. So I will read a blessing, followed by the phrase, "We've got your back," and then you say it back to me. Let's practice. I'll say, "We've got your back." We've got your back. Yes, just like that. So let's begin. When you feel excited or nervous or feel any big feelings about starting your learning journey and you want someone to talk about it, we will listen. We've got your back. We've got your back.
When the hallways are unfamiliar, you are not certain about your classes or where you'll eat lunch today, and you don't know where to turn, remember this community is full of people who believe that you are capable of taking on new challenges. We've got your back. We've got your back.
When you learn new things that stretch your mind and make you want to share what you've learned, we want to hear about it. We've got your back. We've got your back.
When you're counting down the hours until school starts again and want to share your joy, we want to hear it. We've got your back. We've got your back.
When you're feeling unsure about going to school on Monday, we're here on Sunday to feed your spirit and help you get what you need. We've got your back.
We've got your back. And I've lost my place.
We've got your back.
Thank you. When the numbers on the page don't make sense. Oh, perfect. And project is due tomorrow, and it all seems lost. We are here to remind you that what is in your mind and what is in your heart is not represented by a grade at the top of the page. We've got your back.
We've got your back. Whether it is your first day of preschool, your second week of sixth grade, your last year of college, or a new year of teaching, we believe in you. We've got your back.
We've got your back. As you go through school, remember that the congregations of South Valley and Murray Baptist, who's joining us, believe that all of who you are is just right, and you are always welcome here. If you find yourself feeling lonely or need a reminder, close your eyes, feel the pin that we will give you, and take a breath. Feel the words we are saying now and believe them. Let's say them one more time all together. We've got your back.
For the educators in our midst, I invite you now to raise your hand in the air so we can see you. Teachers, thank you. Our blessing now turns to you. Words alone cannot communicate the scope and scale of your charge to illuminate and inspire the minds, hearts, and bodies of those outside your kinship group. Your work is often unseen and underappreciated. The demand on your bodies and vocation has shifted dramatically over the years, and collectively, we want to name this and invite all the challenges and all the joys of the work you do to be seen, heard, known, and now blessed by our gathered community. We've got your back.
We've got your back.
We take seriously the breaking open of your hearts, and we are right here with you in the midst of the breaking, and will catch you when you fear falling, failing, or otherwise as if you just might catch fire. We've got your back.
We've got your back.
We've got it always. May it be so, and the people respond to seal this blessing by repeating after me, and so it is.
And so it is.
You may be seated.
All right, kids, we're going to, you heard me mention a pin. I'm going to have you line up here and select the pin that you would like for your backpack. Let's have two at a time, but let's have the line go this way, okay?
So one of my favorite things to do in the summertime is to go to the library. Who went to the library this summer? I love the library. One of the things I really like about going to the library is that I go with my daughter. And so when I'm picking out books for service or looking at books for service, oftentimes I'm doing it sitting with my back against my daughter's back while she's reading a book that she picked out. So it is a special moment to pick a book. And this book is an extra special book for today. It's called The Day You Begin. It's by Jacqueline Woodson, and the illustrations are by Rafael Lopez. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto, and we just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Rigoberto from Venezuela, your teacher says so softly and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming, the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller. When the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer? Tell the class your story." "We went to France," Shayla will say. "These shells came from a beach in Maine," says Jonathan. "My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina, each souvenir a small triumph of a journey, their travels going on and on." Did anybody go on a trip this summer? Just raise your hand if you did. Yeah. And as you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, and your days spent at home caring for your sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen asleep. And in that room, where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students are flying and sailing and going somewhere? They're really pretty illustrations. There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your friend Nadia will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far, the game isn't one you can ever really play. "I don't want him on our team. You can't watch. Maybe you can have a turn later." Has anybody experienced that on the playground? Yeah. Doesn't feel great, does it? There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready, even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. I like this illustration a lot. There's a lot below the water, isn't there? There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. "My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister," you tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago, reading books and telling stories. And even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. "Your name is like my sister's," Rigoberto says. "Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travels, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. It looks like Angelina found some friends, doesn't it? I hope you all find some friends on the first day of school. You already got some friends. Oh, school started a week ago. Perfect. Perfect. Well, I hope you like the belated first day of school story then. Yeah. So we're going to move to our offertory next. You're welcome to stay because we're going to have Leo play the violin for our offertory. So Leo is one of the children in our congregation. So you can stay or you can go play on the playground. It's up to you. Yeah, I like listening to violin too.
And we have a few more pins if anyone wants grandkids or I don't know, the other kids that aren't here. Come grab some. Go back to your parents.
This community, our church, and its many ministries are only made possible by the gifts you give of your time, your talent, and your treasure. Many of you pledge monthly to support our work, and for this we are truly grateful. Your gifts help to ensure that we are able to live our values of love and justice in the outside world. Part of our ministry at South Valley includes sharing our Sunday worship offering with a charitable organization that aligns with our principles and values. Our partner for July and August is Encircle. This is an organization that brings families and communities together to provide essential support for LGBTQ plus youth. That's important. The queer is important too. Please join me in reading our offertory words. They are printed in your order of service or online. We are this church. We are its hands, its heart, its voice. Together, we share the wealth of this community and sustain it with our gifts. Because we're in the park, we will only be accepting the offertory online, so you can find that in the online order of service. Leo.
Thank you so much, Leo. That was really wonderful. For all we have received and all we have found the courage to give, may we be truly thankful. May these gifts be a blessing to South Valley and to Encircle. It's pretty windy, so I'm going to take some precautions real quick. Okay. I don't want to lose half my sermon. Let's take just a moment to breathe, to be in this place where we are, this beautiful place, to give thanks for the blue sky and the sunshine and the shade, to be grateful for this wind rustling our hair, rustling the leaves, for each other, for the chance to come together and worship. It's really great. It's really great, and I'm grateful. This was a big week for me. I helped my son clean and pack up his room and move out of my home, mostly, and into a dorm room at the University of Utah. So it's been a tender week for us both, but not sad, really. It's been kind of a layer cake of emotions. I'm excited for him to start the next stage of his journey through life, excited for all the wonderful things he'll experience in college, excited to see him grow and become an adult. I'm excited for him to meet new friends and make connections, some of them serendipitous, for sure, the kinds of connections that he will someday be obliged to pay forward. And I also feel a little excited for myself because I, too, am embarking on a new phase of life, a single middle-aged empty nester, which to my son and to probably some of you younger folks here probably sounds like a horrible sentence that I couldn't possibly have done anything bad enough to have earned. But to me, it sounds like freedom. I can get up when I want, I can go to bed when I want, I can eat what I want, off a plate if I want, or not, have the temperature of the house the way I like it, travel to whatever location I can afford without dragging anyone behind me. I can do whatever I want. Woo! And it's also true that I'm going to miss him. He's been my buddy these past few years. He grew up into a person that I not only love, but also like. We have lots of fun inside jokes and favorite memes. He knows how I like my tea and where I like the groceries put away, and I know how he likes his things too. He's feeling a little uncertain about this new life, about whether he's adult enough for adult life, which of course, no one ever really is. I heard the other day that adults only exist when you're a child. When you grow up, you look around and wonder where all the adults are. Certainly, it's not that face in the mirror, collecting wrinkles and a halo of graying hair. But when you're 18 and you're just taking off for the first time on your own wings, it feels like you have to know everything right now. I remember that feeling. And if you're over 18, maybe you do too. And if you're under 18, it will creep up on you one day. That feeling, as Ferris Bueller said, that life comes at you pretty fast. And if you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. I find that moments like these seem to fold time. When I drop my kid off at his dorm, I feel the feelings of being dropped off at my dorm way back in 1994. And the feeling of dropping him off at summer camp and of being dropped off at camp, the feelings of being a mom and being a child overlap in my mind, and that's where I get this layer cake of feelings. Maybe you've experienced this too. At the beginning of a school year, that first day feeling. Just about everyone knows it, though maybe we don't often take the time to tease it out. The feelings of being new, of watching your child be new, are all very close to the surface, along with the feelings of being at your desk or your station at your very first job and your first real adult job, and the feelings of seeing yourself grow older and become responsible for a new set of tasks. That first day feeling. I feel it too at the beginning of a church year. All the programs are getting underway again after a summertime of slow and easy. The hopefulness of a new year of exciting possibilities, of calls to action, of rites of passage, of spiritual growth and deepened relationships. And I also have another layer in my layer cake of feelings, the feeling of being a teacher on the first day of school. My bachelor's degree is in education, and I still love teaching, and it's not that far off from being a minister, really. The classes that I still use from my first degree are all related to the art and science of teaching. It's one of the highest callings to which a person can aspire, though our society certainly doesn't treat its teachers that way. All of us can probably remember one really good teacher who loved their job and it showed. One teacher who could reach us in a way that no other teacher could, who knew the right things to say to help the material sink in. One teacher who made it seem fun, even magical. I can remember my high school physics teacher who had a mad scientist beard and turned the annual homecoming bonfire different colors with chemicals from the lab. I remember an English teacher who had marched with Dr. King in downtown Birmingham. And it sure was different reading Ralph Ellison and Zora Neale Hurston in her class. Each of those wonderful teachers who made an indelible impression on us had a few things in common with the other great teachers of the world. And I can tell you what they are, thanks to the work of Harry and Rosemary Wong, who wrote a book that has been one of the biggest influences on my life. The book is called The First Days of School. Has anybody read it? Yeah, it's so good. In their book, the Wongs make a startling assertion that there is only one factor that, according to the research, significantly increases student achievement. It isn't class size, it isn't dollars per student, it isn't even zip code, although that last one carries a disproportionate weight. The one factor that increases student achievement significantly is teacher effectiveness. Every one of our most memorable teachers was an effective teacher, defined by 3 characteristics. The teacher manages their classroom well, and they have mastery of the material, which they then pass on to the students. But I want to zoom in a bit on the third one. Every effective teacher has positive expectations of their students. But not just positive expectations, high positive expectations. They expect their students to perform at a high level from the first day, and then they give them the tools they need to accomplish it. And what that all comes down to really is creating a culture of learning and achievement. And you can feel it as soon as you walk in the door of that classroom, or the job site, or the church. We talk about creating cultures of belonging, and that's really important. But the effective teacher creates a culture of belonging by creating a culture in which everyone is held to a high standard and then given what they need to reach it. I think that's really important to think about when we think about liberal religion, because often we hear people say, pardon me, Murray Baptist folks, Unitarian Universalism is a faith where you can believe whatever you want. And really, that sounds super inclusive, but it's not a very high standard, is it? It's not. And it's also not true. While UUs walk many different paths and we value pluralism and a diversity of faith practices, there are a few things that are non-negotiable for us, and I bet you'll find them that way too. The inherent worth and dignity of every person. All people. If you can't get on board with that, it's not the faith for you. because that's a really high standard. Now, maybe it's a little too obvious to name a particular politician as the test for inherent worth and dignity, but we don't have to. We don't have to. We can name any person that we don't get along with, or any person who has harmed us, or who has done something we find repulsive or antisocial. Do they have inherent worth and dignity? Worth, regardless of where they come from or what they've done. If their worth is inherent, it is beyond judgment. It's not a question, it's non-negotiable. So perhaps a great question for the first days of the church year: is my church giving me what I need in order to reach the high standards of my faith? And maybe we can take it a step further. Does my church have a culture of high standards of faith? Do we hold each other accountable to that high standard? And what can I do to contribute to a high standard of belonging? I'm thinking, too, of another book about beginning that inspired me as a young person, a lovely little book called Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. Yeah, by Shunryu Suzuki. I never thought to put this book together with the first days of school, but now it seems kind of perfect. Suzuki was one of the first teachers to bring Zen to America, and his Zen was not the high, formal Zen of a Japanese monastery, but a simple, ordinary practice suitable for ordinary people. In this book, based on his Dharma talks at Los Altos in California, Suzuki Roshi never mentions the word satori, the Japanese word for enlightenment. Now, asked once by a student why he never talked about satori, his wife joked that it was because he'd never experienced it. But the Roshi said that it was because enlightenment is not as important as practice. Suzuki Roshi's practice was not a practice of emptiness, which is something newcomers to Zen often get wrong about it. We come to meditation as beginners thinking that we are trying to empty our minds. But Suzuki said in his most famous teaching, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. So rather than emptiness, having a beginner's approach to life means that the mind is actually full of possibilities. It is the expert whose mind is empty, because one or two big ideas they believe to be true have taken up all the space. And the idea of practice implies not something in which we can ever hope to be expert. It implies years of showing up and trying over and over, getting a little better each day, but also moving the goalposts out a little further as we progress. It sounds a lot like what we just heard from our performer during the Offertory. I could only imagine how much he practices to sound the way he does and what he will sound like someday. So what if we could also create a culture of possibility using these ideas of practice and the beginner's mind? Yes, we must have high standards for our faith, but if that means that we are in search of one right answer, which we then enforce, we will have lost our way. To reach high standards requires practice. Trying, failing, trying better, failing better, catching each other, starting again, over and over again. Does our church have the capacity to accept mistakes and failures? Do we have the capacity to both forgive and hold accountable? And can we keep an open mind while also pursuing justice and peace? Can we be curious about the many possibilities before us instead of searching a stuffed room for that one right answer? Today, we have blessed our children's backpacks in the hopes that each one of them will have a blessed new school year, full of learning and achievement, with abundant belonging, and hopefully some fun too. May each one of them grow tall and wise and discover new depths to their potential. But let's extend that blessing to our collective churches as well. May each of us be dedicated to a lifetime of learning, including in our spiritual lives. May we strive each day to cultivate a beginner's mind that welcomes possibilities. May we practice, try and fail better, and hold each other accountable while forgiving our missteps. And whatever you are starting now in your life, new school year, new church year, new job, or other new endeavor, may you begin it well. Amen. Let us now close our service by extinguishing the chalice, and you may join us in our actions as we extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of action. We hold each other in our hearts until we meet again. Let us go in peace today with these words by Emily Richards. May you leave this time together changed. May the promises you have made to yourself about who you want to be feel closer to the reality of who you are right now. May you share that feeling of transformation wherever you go. May it spread into every word, deed, thought, and interaction until we are all changed.
Thank you.